Hey, what's up, everybody? It's a new year. Yes, we can breathe out 2020 and embrace 2021. We don't really know what this new year has in store for us. We don't know what's ahead, but we choose to believe that God has great things in store for all of us, for individuals and for every one of our small groups and for us as a larger college-age community and as a church. There are great things that we're looking forward to in 2021. And one of those things is this new platform. What we've wanted to do for some time as a team is create a platform like this, which will allow us to be intentional in our discussions in our small groups and intentional in our growth for every single group, growing in the same direction. What we're excited about is that we're going to be diving into some pretty interesting and incredible discussion series this year, talking through all kinds of topics together. And we want to make sure that as individual groups, right, that have different people in them, that have probably different conversations taking place, has a different culture for sure. In our small communities, we want to be moving together in the same direction as a larger community. And so in this video format, it'll kick us off every meeting with just a brief teaching and some things to kind of start conversation to get things going in your groups. Every teaching will have some group discussion questions to follow, a little something to kind of kick things off, a place to branch off from, a little something for you to kind of start conversation within your group, some things to discuss a little bit. And it'll also contain a resource. Is it a book? Is it a podcast? It's an article. It's something, a little something for you as an individual to take home or look up and to research, for you really to explore. There's no homework involved. It's simply something for you to explore. If you want to go deeper, if you want to dive deep and kind of chew on this a little bit more, the topic you're discussing, that'll be a resource for you. And we believe that this format, like this, it'll help take us deeper in our small groups and help guide our unique and independent groups together in the same direction as a larger community. At the beginning of every single year, many of us know, many people in the United States and around the world create New Year's resolutions, right? This idea that, hey, it's a new year, and so it's going to be a new me. The thing that I couldn't pull off last year, this year I'm going to make it happen. Really, it's the best of hearts to say, I want to progress this year, not stand still. Maybe you're a fan of New Year's resolutions. Maybe you're not so much. You're like, some are good, some are bad. Most of them are pretty ugly. But what's true about every New Year's resolution, most of them are abandoned by February 1st. Most of them don't even last a month. And whatever you think about them, they're hard to keep. Whether you love them or you hate them, we have to recognize the truth that there's something good within creating, maybe you don't call it a resolution, but setting goals. It's undeniable, whatever you think about New Year's resolutions, it's undeniable how important it is to be intentional with new seasons and to set goals so that we can make the most of what's ahead. Setting goals is something that we often do as individuals. It's something where you ask yourself the question, what do I want to see in myself this year? How do I want to develop this year? What do I want to do with my career? What do I want to do with, within my family? How do I want to grow this year as a person? These things we do to set goals sometimes. And it can be done as an individual, but it should also be done as a community. When you have a new season ahead, it's the perfect time to cast vision for what you want to see in a community. Is it something in the neighborhood where you live? Cast vision for your small groups, cast vision for your church, cast vision for what you want to see in your family this year. In new seasons, it's so valuable to set goals and to cast vision for the season ahead so that we can be intentional with every moment. And that's what we want to do this year. As we start out a new season, for our college-age community, we want to cast some vision and set some goals together because goal setting will help us keep on track, growing in the same direction together. Hebrews chapter 10, verse 23 and 25 is a passage that, man, I couldn't choose one better for starting out a new season. I'm not going to make a claim right now, but I could see Hebrews 10 as being, I guess, the narrative. It could be like the heart passage of our college-age community heading into this new season. Hebrews 10, verse 23 through 25 could be the verse of the year for our community in setting goals for what we want to see. The writer of Hebrews says this. He says, "Let us hold tightly without wavering to the hope we affirm, for God can be trusted to keep His promise. And let us think of ways to motivate one another to acts of love and good works. And let us not neglect our meeting together as some people do, but encourage one another, especially now that the day of his return is drawing near. One of our primary goals as a leadership team this year is to go deep in our small groups. This year, we want to go deeper in our small groups than we've ever gone before. 2021 will be a year marked by growth, where we've decided, hey, as a larger community, we're going to break into small communities and dive deep. This is where family is created. We're so excited about starting large group gatherings again, and on a monthly basis, hosting everyone together in a place to celebrate and to be excited and enjoy each other's company. But the real bread and butter, where the real growth happens and the family is made and the culture is built, is in smaller groups. We are excited to pray together this year. We're excited to invest in one another this year. We're excited to serve with one another in our small groups this year. This year, we're going to meet together, just like the author of Hebrews is encouraging us to do. We want to listen to his words and put them into practice. We want to meet together. We want to motivate each other toward love and good works. We want to hope together, dream together. We want to pray together and serve together this year. We're so excited for what God has in store for all of our groups. So I want to invite you to lean in with us. Could we all, not only as groups, but as individuals, because we all play a part. I'm a piece of the puzzle that creates the group that I'm in. Let's all lean in together. This year, let's come with more questions than we have answers. Let's come with more things that we want to know. Let's come with more questions. We want to hear the stories of the other people in our group. Let's come with more questions than we have answers. And let's come with hearts full for the people in our group, the people that I want to get to know. I want to dive deep in. I want to grow relationship and friendship and family connections with the people in my group this year. This year, let's invest in one another like we've never have before. And let's dive deep in our small communities. We're really excited over the next few weeks as we're going to dive in our first series of discussions, diving in on what it means to be the church. The church is a term that maybe for some of us is elusive, but definitely coming through a season right now that has redefined and shaken up so many of our ideas about church structure and help us to realize how crucial it is to see other people. We want to start the year right by discussing what it truly means to be God's people, what it truly means to be the church. We're really excited about diving into that discussion in our next meeting. But we're just simply excited for this year. I've got to say, as we take a few moments to cast vision, as you cast vision for your small group, and you cast vision for what you want to do this year as an individual, how we want to grow, what our small group is going to look like, spend a few moments in prayer to process what God has in store for us this year. As we set plan and we cast vision for our groups, let's remember to turn our ear and to turn our heart to the Lord, because the Holy Spirit wants to guide and direct us to a beautiful place as a group. So let's take a few minutes to process with our groups. Really excited for the vision that's being cast, the goals that are being set, because we believe there are incredible things that are happening this year, and we're so excited to be going on the journey with you.